Hey Aquarius, there's a rumor about you making its way through your circle, and it's starting to feel like it's spinning out of control. You know how much you value your freedom and individuality. So when something like this threatens that sense of personal peace, it can feel unsettling. But here's the thing, you don't need to let it define you. Your first instinct might be to shut it down immediately. Confront the situation head-on, and clear your name. But Aquarius, the way you handle this says everything about you, and you have the tools within you to rise above it all. Your intellectual sharpness, your emotional detachment, and your natural ability to see things from a higher perspective give you a unique advantage in times like this. Instead of being dragged into the chaos, let's explore how you can turn this situation into an opportunity for growth, self-empowerment, and emotional resilience. Trust me, you don't just have to survive this, you can come out even stronger than before. Keep watching, and let's uncover how to handle this the Aquarian way. As the rumor begins to spread, Aquarius, it's easy to feel a surge of frustration or confusion. You are someone who values independence, authenticity, and a clear understanding of your environment. When a rumor threatens to disrupt this sense of clarity, it's natural to feel the impulse to act quickly, to silence it, or to assert your truth. However, the power in this situation lies not in immediate reactions, but in how you choose to respond with intention. First, it's important to pause and allow yourself a moment of emotional detachment. You don't have to react impulsively to everything that's being said. Aquarius, you're incredibly adept at keeping your cool when needed. Your ability to step back and assess situations logically rather than being ruled by emotion is one of your greatest strengths. In this moment, this same ability to detach can help you gain clarity. The external noise of the rumor may try to pull you in, but your true power lies in maintaining your emotional distance. This doesn't mean you ignore your feelings, but rather that you create the space necessary to process them. It allows you to think objectively about what's happening without letting your emotions cloud your judgment. The rumor may seem like a direct attack on your identity, but your sense of self is stronger than any external force. By detaching emotionally, you regain control over your response and can act from a place of power, rather than reacting out of hurt or frustration. Once you've created that emotional distance, you are in a better position to analyze the situation with your intellect. Aquarius, you have a remarkable gift for seeing things from a different perspective. This can be incredibly valuable in moments when rumors threaten your peace. Instead of getting swept up in the emotional reactions of others or focusing on defending yourself immediately, take a step back to analyze the situation logically. Your natural curiosity will serve you well here. Investigate the source of the rumor, and look for any inconsistencies or misunderstandings. You'll quickly realize that not everything that's being said is rooted in truth. This intellectual approach allows you to separate the facts from the assumptions. By taking a step back and using your sharp analytical skills, you gain a clearer picture of the situation. You'll be able to see whether this is just an isolated misunderstanding or if there's something deeper at play. In this process of intellectual analysis, it's also crucial to avoid getting caught up in defensiveness. You may feel tempted to explain yourself or justify your actions, but Aquarius, your energy is better spent on gaining clarity and understanding the full scope of the situation. Your authenticity doesn't require constant defense, and the more you stay grounded in who you are, the less power the rumor has over you. By focusing on the truth and not getting swept away by emotional reactions or the desire to fix everything, you position yourself to rise above the situation. This intellectual approach naturally leads to a key strength that Aquarius possesses: independence. You are someone who thrives when you are free to think and act on your own terms. In the face of a rumor, your independence becomes your shield. It's easy to feel as though you need to clear your name, to correct every piece of misinformation, but you have the ability to rise above that. Remember, Aquarius, you don't need to explain yourself to everyone, nor do you need to seek validation from others. Your worth and your sense of self are not defined by external opinions. Your true strength comes from within, and the more you embrace this independence, the less power the rumor has over your emotional state. You don't need to engage in every conversation or correct every misrepresentation. Instead, you can choose to take the high road, letting the rumor fade away by refusing to give it the energy it seeks. By embracing your independence, you allow yourself the space to remain focused on what truly matters. You create boundaries that protect your energy, allowing you to disengage from unnecessary drama without losing your sense of self. This doesn't mean shutting people out, rather. It's about choosing where to invest your emotional resources. When you detach and remain true to your independence, you hold all the power. As you continue to navigate this situation, you will also come to realize the importance of clear communication. Aquarius, while you tend to be intellectual and logical, you also have a unique ability to articulate your thoughts clearly. This is an essential tool when confronting rumors, especially if you decide that addressing the situation is necessary. You don't need to engage in a long, drawn-out debate. Your strength lies in the clarity with which you express your truth. By communicating your side calmly and confidently, you put the focus on the facts, not the drama. This directness will not only help you clear up any misunderstandings but will also reinforce your self-assuredness. Aquarius, your words carry weight when delivered with clarity and confidence. You can choose to set the record straight without getting entangled in unnecessary explanations. Moreover, clear communication is also about maintaining your boundaries. This is where your ability to engage without overcommitting emotionally will serve you. If you decide that addressing the rumor directly is necessary, do so with confidence, but also with the understanding that you don't owe anyone a detailed explanation of your every move. You have the right to protect your peace and set boundaries with those who are not serving your emotional well-being. Finally, as you move through this situation, remember that this is an opportunity for personal growth. Every challenge, every rumor, is an opportunity to learn more about yourself. Aquarius, your natural curiosity and willingness to learn mean that you will emerge from this stronger and more self-aware. As you reflect on how this situation has impacted you, you can take this time to explore your emotional triggers and what this experience has taught you about your boundaries, your values, and your ability to manage difficult emotions. You are not only handling this rumor, you are evolving through it. You will become more adept at managing your emotional responses, more skilled at detaching from external chaos, and more confident in expressing your truth. This process, while uncomfortable, is ultimately a lesson in personal empowerment. As you navigate through this period of uncertainty, Aquarius, it's important to embrace your ability to remain composed amidst the storm. You are naturally adept at distancing yourself from emotional chaos, which allows you to assess situations from a neutral perspective. When confronted with a rumor, you may feel an initial surge of frustration or even confusion. However, your unique ability to detach from the emotional aspects of this situation gives you the clarity you need to make sound decisions. Instead of reacting impulsively, allow yourself the space to process the situation objectively. This distance allows you to regain your composure, empowering you to make decisions that reflect your true values and priorities. This doesn't mean you're emotionally indifferent or disconnected. Rather, it means you are choosing to preserve your emotional energy by not allowing external noise to dictate your inner peace. By recognizing that you are not bound by the emotions or judgments of others, you give yourself the freedom to rise above the rumor and protect your mental well-being. In moments like these, it's crucial to trust in your own resilience, knowing that the rumor holds no power over you unless you allow it. When you stay composed and connected to your own truth, you become an immovable force, unaffected by external judgments. As the emotional charge begins to settle, the next natural step is to engage your analytical mind. Aquarius, your intellectual abilities are second to none, and you possess a remarkable capacity to see things from multiple angles. This is particularly helpful when dealing with rumors, as your logical approach allows you to separate fact from fiction. When a rumor surfaces, your first impulse might be to dismiss it or confront it immediately, but before jumping into action, take a moment to think it through. Use your natural curiosity to explore the source of the rumor, the context in which it was spread, and whether it holds any truth. By engaging your analytical mind, you can gain insight into the root cause of the rumor, helping you understand whether it's based on misunderstandings, miscommunication, or intentional misinformation. The clarity you gain from this intellectual approach allows you to determine the best course of action. In doing so, you avoid getting bogged down by emotions or assumptions, instead focusing on the concrete facts that will guide your response. Aquarius, your ability to think critically will always serve you in these situations, and it ensures that you make decisions that align with your values and long-term goals. Once you've gathered the facts and analyzed the situation from a logical standpoint, you'll find that clear communication becomes a key tool in handling the rumor. While Aquarius may be more inclined to keep things low-key, sometimes a direct, calm, and confident response is necessary to regain control. Rather than engaging in a heated confrontation or trying to explain every detail, Aquarius can simply state the facts, share their truth, and let that be the end of it. Your straightforwardness is your greatest asset in these moments, allowing you to communicate your side of the story clearly without getting caught up in emotional turmoil. In situations like this, assertiveness doesn't mean being aggressive or defensive. Instead, it's about asserting your truth in a way that is grounded, calm, and unwavering. You don't need to convince everyone or justify your actions to anyone. The strength lies in knowing that your truth is valid and worthy of respect. When you communicate from a place of inner confidence and clarity, the rumor has little room to grow or thrive. You show others that you are unaffected by baseless gossip and that your integrity is not up for debate. Aquarius, this level of clarity and confidence in your communication will not only diffuse the situation but will also set a powerful example for those around you. Furthermore, it's essential to recognize when to disengage. Aquarius, your independence is one of your defining traits, and this situation provides the perfect opportunity to assert your autonomy. When the rumor becomes persistent, or when it starts to affect your peace, it's time to set boundaries. You have the right to choose how much emotional energy you give to this situation and how much attention you devote to those who perpetuate the rumor. Not everything requires your involvement or your emotional investment. By disengaging, you create a space for yourself to focus on what truly matters: your goals, your well-being, and your relationships with those who value you for who you truly are. Aquarius, you can choose to let go of the need to control everything and trust that your peace will not be disturbed by outside influences. Setting these emotional boundaries doesn't mean you're avoiding the issue. It means you're prioritizing your energy and emotional health. This period of reflection and detachment naturally leads to an important realization: personal growth is inherent in these challenges. Every situation, no matter how uncomfortable, offers an opportunity for self-discovery. Aquarius, your ability to reflect and learn from experiences sets you apart. When you take the time to process the emotional impact of the rumor, you're not only navigating a specific situation, you're learning more about your emotional triggers, your boundaries, and your sense of self. This is your chance to gain a deeper understanding of how you react to external pressures and what steps you can take to protect your peace in the future. The growth you experience in moments like these strengthens your emotional resilience and increases your self-awareness. You may find that the rumor no longer holds any emotional charge for you, and the lessons you've learned will carry you through any future challenges with even greater strength. Aquarius, this journey of emotional growth and self-reflection is invaluable and shapes the way you approach adversity moving forward. The ability to reflect and grow is a defining characteristic of Aquarius. Through this process, you'll become even more adept at handling future challenges with calm, clarity, and independence. Rather than viewing the rumor as an obstacle, you can shift your perspective and see it as an opportunity to deepen your emotional maturity. As you grow through this process, you solidify your sense of self, further strengthening your resolve to stay true to your values and your unique identity. As the rumor continues to take root in your social sphere, Aquarius, it's vital to remind yourself that your power lies in your perspective. The way you view the situation will determine your response and the emotional impact it has on you. You are not one to easily succumb to the judgments of others, but when something challenges your sense of peace, it can feel unsettling. However, what you may not realize is that you hold the key to how this situation unfolds by simply changing how you engage with it. Instead of letting the external chaos influence your inner world, take a moment to shift your focus inward. Aquarius, your strength lies in your capacity for self-awareness. When you are able to take a step back and assess how you feel and why, you gain the insight you need to make choices that align with your values and true self. Your emotional resilience, grounded in your intellectual depth, allows you to create a sense of equilibrium amidst the storm. By choosing to look inward, you not only protect your peace, but you also embrace the opportunity for self-reflection. This situation is more than just about dealing with a rumor. It's about learning more about your triggers, boundaries, and reactions. It's a chance to evaluate what truly matters to you and to reaffirm your personal integrity. What's important is that this challenge is an opportunity to refine your emotional intelligence and become more attuned to your internal compass, so you can remain undisturbed by external noise. In this reflective space, it's also essential to practice intellectual detachment. Aquarius, your ability to detach emotionally from situations that aren't aligned with your higher purpose is one of your most powerful qualities. The rumors might stir emotions within you, but by recognizing that these external voices do not define you, you gain an empowering sense of freedom. Rather than reacting impulsively, you can take control by acknowledging the emotional charge of the situation without allowing it to control your actions. When you detach, you allow yourself to respond strategically, rather than reacting in haste. Emotional detachment doesn't mean suppressing your feelings, but rather creating the space necessary to make calm and informed decisions. This ability to separate your emotions from the situation allows you to focus on the facts, the reality of the situation, and what your next step should be. Aquarius, this approach ensures that your emotional energy is not wasted on rumors that have no power over you unless you allow them to. Moreover, intellectual detachment also means trusting in your own intuition. Aquarius, your unique ability to tune into your inner guidance, to understand the deeper currents of situations, serves you well here. You can sense the truth even when things seem clouded by doubt or confusion. Your intuition acts as a beacon of clarity in moments when external opinions overwhelm the situation. As you process your feelings and gather information, trust your instinct to guide you toward the right decision. Aquarius, your gut feeling will never steer you wrong when it comes to protecting your peace. Equally important in this process is your natural ability to detach from other people's expectations. Aquarius, your independence is what makes you so resilient in times like this. While others may get caught up in the drama, you have the ability to choose your own path, unburdened by the need to conform or meet the expectations of others. It's tempting to feel the need to constantly defend yourself, to justify every action and word, but true freedom comes from understanding that you owe no one an explanation. This sense of independence is empowering. You don't have to chase approval, nor do you need to be influenced by the judgments of others. Your self-worth is not dependent on others' perceptions. Aquarius, your self-sufficiency comes from within, and this autonomy is the foundation on which you can stand tall and strong as you navigate through any challenge. The more you embrace this inner freedom, the more resilient you will become when faced with external distractions or criticisms. While detachment and independence are vital, asserting your boundaries becomes equally important. You may feel the urge to justify yourself to everyone around you, but Aquarius, it's essential to draw clear boundaries to protect your emotional well-being. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your choices or your actions. By establishing these emotional boundaries, you prevent yourself from getting entangled in the drama or getting caught up in defending your truth. At the same time, assertiveness does not mean aggression. Aquarius, you are not about pushing your will onto others or forcing anyone to accept your point of view. Rather, assertiveness here means stating your truth clearly and confidently, while also respecting others' space. It's about ensuring that your emotional needs are met, that you stand firm in your sense of self, and that you communicate your boundaries without hesitation. When you set these boundaries with respect and clarity, you stop the rumor from taking root and spreading further. In this process, you also empower others by teaching them the importance of setting their own boundaries. Aquarius, your leadership isn't just about taking control in the moment, it's also about setting a positive example for others to follow. As you protect your own peace and emotional energy, you show others how to do the same. By setting boundaries, you create a space for mutual respect, teaching those around you the importance of maintaining emotional health and prioritizing self-care. Amidst all of this, you may discover that emotional resilience plays a key role in how you navigate through the rumor. You, Aquarius, have the ability to quickly rebound from emotional setbacks. And this ability will serve you well as you handle this challenge. Rather than getting bogged down in negative emotions or frustrations, focus on how you can learn from the experience. Emotional resilience allows you to bounce back, stay true to your values, and remain aligned with your higher self. As you allow yourself the time to process and heal, you'll find that this experience ultimately strengthens your emotional endurance. Over time, you will find yourself becoming more adept at handling emotional turmoil, with an increased ability to stay centered and grounded. Emotional resilience is not about avoiding negative emotions, it's about learning to feel them fully and then move beyond them with grace. In moments of stress or confusion, you have the ability to return to your center, and with each experience like this, you grow stronger and more capable of handling future challenges with ease. By focusing on your emotional resilience, Aquarius, you fortify yourself against future challenges, knowing that you can weather any storm with confidence and poise. Finally, personal growth is inevitable during this process. As you work through the emotional impact of the rumor, you gain deeper self-awareness and emotional intelligence. The way you handle this situation will provide you with valuable insights into your emotional triggers and your ability to navigate adversity. Aquarius, you are always evolving, and this experience will only further your personal growth. The key takeaway is that every challenge is an opportunity to learn more about yourself, to refine your emotional responses, and to deepen your understanding of how you can protect your peace moving forward. As you reflect on this process, you may notice a shift in how you respond to similar situations in the future. The emotional maturity and resilience you've gained will serve as a foundation for all of your relationships and life experiences. Each challenge you face, each rumor you navigate, becomes an opportunity to sharpen your instincts, improve your emotional strength, and further embrace your independence. As we've seen, Aquarius, this situation with the rumor has stirred emotions and triggered reactions. But it also presents an important opportunity for personal growth. You have the capacity to transform adversity into wisdom, and it is in these moments of difficulty that your true strength often emerges. While dealing with the external noise of the rumor may have felt overwhelming at times, your ability to look within and embrace your inner resilience helps you navigate such challenges with grace. One of the most empowering aspects of this process is the realization that you are in complete control of how you react to the situation. While you may not have control over the actions or words of others, you absolutely control how you interpret and respond to them. This is where your inner strength truly shines. Instead of letting frustration or anger dictate your next steps, you can choose to approach the situation with the calm and clarity that comes naturally to you. By deciding not to let the rumor take up unnecessary space in your life, you reclaim your power and prevent it from interfering with your peace. Aquarius, this situation has shown you just how much influence you have over your own energy. Protecting your emotional space has become a central focus. As the rumor fades into the background, you realize that your ability to focus on what truly matters, your growth, your relationships, and your mental well-being, is what keeps you grounded. You've set the emotional boundaries needed to safeguard your peace, and you've stayed true to yourself despite the external pressures. Now that the emotional turbulence has subsided, it's time to look toward future empowerment. Aquarius, you are constantly evolving and seeking new ways to improve. You've successfully managed this situation by leaning into your natural strengths, detachment, intellect, and independence. But what you may not have realized is how this challenge has further sharpened your emotional intelligence and resilience. Through this experience, you've developed a deeper understanding of your emotional responses and your ability to remain unfazed by external judgments. This strengthens your sense of self and reinforces your emotional independence. In times to come, you'll find that the tools you've developed through this situation, the ability to detach, analyze, and set boundaries, will be crucial in handling any future challenges. Life is full of uncertainties, and people's opinions can often create unnecessary noise. But Aquarius, you now know that your peace and your truth are yours to protect. By staying grounded in your own values, you can navigate any storm with the confidence and clarity that define your character. It's important to recognize that personal growth often arises from moments like these. Handling a rumor may not be a simple task, but it's in the process of navigating through this discomfort that you've become more aware of your inner strength. You've learned to trust in your ability to manage your emotions and to stay true to your authentic self, no matter what others may say. This self-awareness is key to unlocking even greater potential within yourself, and the lessons learned here will only enhance your capacity for handling life's challenges with resilience and wisdom. Looking ahead, you may notice that your relationships with others may also evolve as a result of this experience. Those who genuinely care about you will see your true strength in how you handled this situation, how you didn't let rumors dictate your actions or your peace. Your emotional intelligence, your clarity, and your ability to set boundaries will serve as a reminder to others of how to maintain their own composure in the face of challenges. Now, as we come to the end of this video, remember that Aquarius, you are never alone in facing challenges like these. By sharing your experiences, you not only help yourself grow, but you also provide guidance to those who might be facing similar challenges. So, if you found value in today's video, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing it with others who may benefit from this message. Let's continue to empower each other on our journey of self-growth, emotional resilience, and inner peace. If you've ever faced a similar situation or found your own way of dealing with rumors, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Sharing our stories helps us grow and learn from each other. Thank you for joining me today, Aquarius. You are powerful, resilient, and always evolving. Keep shining and remember, you are in control of your narrative.